Insights, coming to you from Albufiera, Portugal, on the southern coast of Portugal, with a brief message. And the message, I just need my cameraman to come in closer because it's going to be hard to hear otherwise with the sea and the wind in the background. The message that I want to speak about today is the issue of overthinking. This is something that I've been dealing with and for many years, and something that as of late I have realized that I have made some progress on it. I need to make more progress on it, and it's something that we all tend to do. We overthink, we worry, we start making, as we say in Hebrew, sratim barosh. We start making these intricate movies in our head about what may go wrong and what is going wrong and what's definitely going to go wrong. We start creating worst case scenarios. We start worrying about money. We start worrying about family. Someone arrives home 10 minutes or is 10 minutes late, and we've already created an entire scenario in our head that they've been, died in some horrible accident, and then it just turns out that they were stuck in traffic, or their cell phone died, or whatever the case may be. Okay, so many people are victims and are subject to massive overthinking, unproductive overthinking. A method called the recovery method, which originally developed by a man named Dr. Abraham Lowe, speaks about fiery imagination, and speaks about the tendency to create all of these crazy scenarios in our head and overthink and worry and spend our days worrying, spend our nights worrying, and there's no end to it. So aside from all the work I've done over the years dealing with this situation that I have and that many people have, I think, what I started recently doing is I started adopting a rule for myself. I call it the 10 to 10 rule. And what do I mean by that? From 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. the following morning, I don't worry. I don't think about anything. I don't care what problems I may have, what the financial situation is, what's going on at work, what's going on in my family, what's going on in my personal life, what's going on in the world, what's going on with ISIS and Al-Qaeda and Donald Trump and all of this kind of stuff. None of it matters. From 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. At 10 a.m. I just shut down the systems, I turn off the switch, and I just relax and I enjoy. I listen to music, I light some candles, I spend time with my family, I spend time with my friends. I just basically tune out from all the worry. And if something comes up, which it always does, oh my God, what about this credit card that I thought I'd only spent $300 on, turns out that this month's bill is $800. Oh my God. And I start worrying about it. I just gently say to myself, you know what, I'll worry about that. I'm going to push this aside, and tomorrow after 10 o'clock a.m. I'm going to deal with this. And I found this to be a very powerful thing because it's very natural. It's very important to have a yin and a yang, to have a kind of time where we're dealing with the world, where we're dealing with business, with friends, with family, with all this kind of stuff, with everything that's going on in the world. And we have a time that we kind of draw back, rarefied time. I like to use that word a lot, yin yang, this rarefied time where we kind of draw back, and it's a time for ourselves where we head towards sleep, or we're waking up from sleep the following morning, where we're more into ourselves. We're more it's time to allow our souls to reconnect with ourselves. Because what is sleep, after all? Sleep, as the rabbis say, and as a Karaite, I don't reject everything the rabbis say. I just don't blindly accept everything the rabbis say. And I like one of their statements, even though I don't take it literally. But I like their statement that sleep is 1/60th of death. Okay, and the idea here is that sleep is kind of like death. The body returns to the ground, right? Physically, it lies on the bed. It lies horizontally as it will when that day we die, unless, of course, I don't know, we're buried vertically or burned and scattered at sea or something like that, but for most of us. So our body returns lower to the ground, horizontally towards the ground, lies down, and our soul goes off into wherever it goes. It returns to the world of the souls, at least partially. It disconnects from the body. We don't see with our eyes, we don't hear with our ears at that point, at least not fully consciously like we do when we're waking. We dream, we enter dream states, we kind of drift off into other worlds and thinking, and we just kind of basically die in a certain sense, in a very small sense, for every night. Okay, so that's not the time to be thinking, that's not the time to be worrying, that's not the time to be thinking about all our problems and financial problems, and what if I know I only have a 1/4 tank of gas and I don't know if I'm going to have time to get it before I go to work tomorrow, and blah 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 blah. This is not the time to be thinking about. This is a time to return to our souls, to let our souls return to the spirit world, to let our body rest in the ground and our souls rest in the spirit world. And I can't remember who it was. One spiritual teacher that I read many years ago, I can't remember who it was, said that sleep is more for the soul than it is to the body. Sleep is not just the body resting, it's the body returning to its place, the earth, and the soul returning to its place, the world of the soul. So it's just as important for the soul to sleep as it is for the body to sleep. The separation occurs during sleep, just as the separation will occur between body and soul during death. So, at any rate, to get back to the idea here, I've adopted the 10 to 10 rule from 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. I don't worry, I don't think. If worrisome thoughts come into my head, which they inevitably do and inevitably will, and they will for anyone who adopts this method, I just gently push them away and I say, you know what? Tomorrow after 10 a.m. I'll worry about it. If they persist, then as soon as I catch it and as soon as I can push it away, I don't blame myself. I don't feel guilty for thinking these worrisome thoughts, even if it wasted 5 or 10 minutes of my 10 to 10 time, my 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. time. I just gently push it away and I say, tomorrow after 10 a.m. I'm going to deal with it. Okay. Another thing to point out, or maybe a final thing to point out, is that you can take a rule that works for you. Okay. If 10 to 10 doesn't work for you, make it 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. or make it 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. or make it 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. or if you don't have 12 hours, then you can make it 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. or something like that. But I think 12 hours is good, because if we spend more than 12 hours, if we spend more than half our lives worrying and working and toiling, then we're essentially slaves, and we were not put on this earth to be slaves. If you have a job where you're working more than 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours a day, quit. Go live on the beach as a beach bum. You're going to have a better life. Okay, I know that you're not going to do that, just as I wouldn't do that, but you know what I'm saying. If you have something, if you're toiling more than 8, 9, 10 hours a day and you're toiling, you're not a human being, you're a slave. You're better off working some job, you know, that is only going to be a couple of hours a day, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, and you're making less money than you are toiling for a slave for money to earn that you're never going to have time to spend anyway because you're working so hard. So just to sum up here, once again, separate your busy life, your business life, your worry life, your toil life, your concern life from the time where you give to yourself 12 hours a day, half of your life, half of your day where you give it to yourself to rest, to relax, to return to yourself, to meditate, to listen to some good music, to light some candle, to spend time with your loved ones, to spend time with friends, all of this kind of stuff without worrying. Don't ruin your life, don't destroy your life by constant thinking, by constant worry. Okay, and one last final thought. Obviously, this rule would not apply if you have some kind of emergency going on in the family, or you have some kind of emergency going on in your life. Then obviously there are times where you're going to have to violate this rule. But as a general rule, when you're living your regular life and you're having regular days, then I think this, for me, has been a great rule to follow. 10 o'clock comes, I turn off the switch, I don't worry, I don't think. I'll worry about it tomorrow morning. This is my time. This is my time to rest. This is my time to relax. This is my time to be with myself and my loved ones. This is my time to meditate, and this is my time to sleep without my mind running and spinning and worrying and preventing me from sleep and insomnia and all those kind of crazy things. So do this, make this gift to yourself. Yehowah gave us life. Yehowah gave you and me and everybody the gift of life, and so don't abuse that gift or don't neglect that gift. Take that gift of your life and live it as your life. Enjoy it, and don't drive yourself crazy in this life with over worry and overthinking. This has been Hakham Melech Ya'aqov of Karaite Insights, coming to you from Albufiera, Portugal, on the southern coast of Portugal. As you can see, this is the Atlantic Ocean. This is the city of Albufiera, a very kind of resort beach city, pretty, but also very touristy. But it's been an interesting day here, and I hope you've enjoyed this message. And of course, you can visit us on www.karaiteinsights.com.